There's a moment in everyone's life when the world goes quiet. No applause, no cheering, no one telling you to keep pushing. Just you, your thoughts, and that heavy weight sitting on your chest. That's the moment most people quit. They start to realize something that scares them more than anything else. That nobody's coming. Nobody's going to drag you out of bed. Nobody's going to tell you to get up and face your fears. Nobody's going to hand you the life you think you deserve. Because it's on you. Always has been. Always will be. People live their lives waiting for a savior. A mentor, a coach, a lucky break. Some kind of miracle that's going to fix everything. But that miracle doesn't exist. You are the miracle. You are the one who decides if today becomes the start of a comeback or just another excuse. The truth is hard to swallow because we've been conditioned to believe help is always on the way. But life doesn't care about your comfort. Life doesn't care if you're tired, broken, scared, or hopeless. It keeps moving, and if you don't move with it, it'll leave you behind. When I was at my lowest point, I waited too. I waited for someone to pick me up. I waited for motivation to strike. I waited for people to believe in me, but nobody did. And that's when I learned the greatest lesson of my life. I learned that the moment you stop waiting and start doing, everything changes. Pain becomes your teacher. Struggle becomes your fuel. And loneliness becomes your forge. You start building something inside yourself that nobody can give you. Self-respect. When you understand that no one is coming to save you, that realization cuts deep. It hurts because you see all the time you wasted waiting for help. But that pain, that sting, is the beginning of your strength. It's the beginning of your rebirth. You stop playing the victim. You stop blaming the world. You stop pointing fingers at your parents, your boss, your past, your failures. You start owning your story. You start looking at the mirror and saying, "This is on me." The mind is the most dangerous place you'll ever enter. It's filled with voices, doubt, fear, laziness, all of them working overtime to keep you comfortable. And comfort kills greatness. Comfort tells you you've done enough when you've barely scratched the surface. Comfort tells you tomorrow's fine when you know you're lying to yourself. Comfort tells you someone else has it easier, so why even try? Those voices will destroy you if you let them. But when you silence that noise and replace it with action, something powerful happens. Every rep, every run, every cold morning when you don't hit snooze. That's you saving yourself. That's you saying, "I don't need saving. I got me." You start rewriting your story not with words but with habits. You realize discipline doesn't care about motivation. Motivation is weak. It fades when life gets hard. Discipline is permanent. Discipline is the thing that makes you move when everything in you wants to stop. Discipline is what separates the ones who dream from the ones who do. You want a better life? Earn it. You want respect? Build it. You want peace? Fight for it. Nobody's handing you that. Nobody's going to climb that mountain for you. It's cold up there. It's lonely. And that's why it's worth it. The higher you go, the fewer people you see. Because greatness requires solitude. It requires sacrifice. It requires that you become your own hero. When I say no one's coming to save you, I don't mean the world is cruel. I mean the world is honest. It's showing you the truth. It's telling you to get up. It's telling you to stop crying about what you didn't get and start fighting for what you want. Life will test you every single day. It'll push you until you break. And when you do, you'll see who you really are. Some people run from that. But the few, the rare few, they face it head on. They stand in that fire and refuse to back down. That's where growth happens. That's where you transform. Pain is not punishment. It's preparation. Every hard day is building something inside you that no easy day ever could. Every time you fall and get back up, you're proving to yourself that you can. You're stacking resilience brick by brick. You're learning that your potential doesn't live in your comfort zone. It lives in your struggle. People love the idea of success, but hate the process that comes with it. They want to be strong without ever being broken. They want confidence without confrontation. But the truth is, you can't have one without the other. You can't grow without pain. You can't lead without first being lost. You can't inspire without first being defeated. Because real strength isn't built in comfort. It's built in chaos. So, when life hits you, when you lose everything, when you're alone in the dark, that's not the end. That's the beginning. That's your training ground. That's the moment you become dangerous. Not because you're angry, but because you've decided that nothing will stop you. You've decided that your future depends on your effort, not your excuses. There's no secret formula. There's no magic switch. It's just you showing up every day, doing the work nobody wants to do, and refusing to quit. You have to grind when no one's watching. You have to believe in yourself when nobody else does. You have to find comfort in discomfort. Because if you don't, life will chew you up and spit you out. People say they want to change, but they don't want to be uncomfortable. They want transformation, but they don't want to suffer. Let me tell you something. Growth hurts. Change hurts. Becoming something more than you are right now will break you first. But that's what it takes. That's the price of self-mastery. You have to be willing to go through hell just to find your peace. When you finally stop waiting for someone to fix you, you start fixing yourself. You start waking up earlier. You start pushing harder. You start taking responsibility. You stop lying to yourself, because that's what waiting really is. It's lying. It's telling yourself that one day you'll start, when deep down you know you won't. You're scared. You're comfortable. You're hoping someone will show up and pull you out. But nobody's coming. You are the one who has to climb. You are the one who has to dig deep when you've got nothing left. You have to become obsessed with improvement. You have to look at your weaknesses and attack them until they break. You have to be willing to do what nobody else will. That's how you build an unbreakable mindset. That's how you become your own rescue team. There comes a point when you realize that the world doesn't slow down for your pain. It doesn't stop because you're tired. It doesn't pause because you need time to figure things out. The clock keeps ticking, the sun keeps rising, and life keeps testing you. That's when you've got to make a decision. Either you let life control you, or you take control of it. You decide whether you'll be a passenger in your own story, or the one driving it forward. Nobody's going to hand you the steering wheel. You've got to take it with your own hands, even if those hands are shaking. The truth is, nobody owes you anything. Not your family, not your friends, not society. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to the person you could become. You owe it to the version of you that's buried under years of fear, laziness, and doubt. That version of you is waiting for you to wake up, to rise, to fight. Every time you give into comfort, you bury that version deeper. Every time you skip a workout, every time you lie to yourself, every time you quit when it gets hard, you push that version further away. And then you wonder why you feel empty. That emptiness isn't because life is unfair. It's because deep down, you know you're capable of more. You know you've got more to give. You know you've been running from your own potential. People look for meaning in books, in quotes, in other people. But the truth is, meaning is found in struggle. Purpose is found in pain. The moment you stop running from discomfort, everything changes. You've got to learn how to fight when you're tired. You've got to learn how to show up when you're not motivated. That's what separates those who make it from those who don't. You don't need more inspiration. You need more discipline. You need to do the things you said you would do long after the mood you said them in has left. That's where character is built. That's where you find out what you're really made of. When you wake up in the morning and that voice tells you to stay in bed, that's the moment of truth. That's the war. Most people lose that war before the day even begins. But not you. You've got to learn to shut that voice down. You've got to learn to move anyway. Because if you let that voice win, it'll own you for the rest of your life. Every time you give in to weakness, it grows stronger. Every time you fight back, you take your power back. You want to know what freedom feels like. It's not comfort. It's not luxury. Freedom is knowing that you can trust yourself to do what needs to be done. Freedom is discipline. Freedom is waking up and saying, no matter how I feel, I'm still going to get it done. That's how you earn respect for yourself. That's how you build confidence. You can't buy it. You can't fake it. You earn it through pain, repetition, and consistency. The greatest battles in life are fought in silence. When no one's watching, when no one's cheering, when no one even knows what you're going through, that's when you find out who you really are. When everything falls apart and you're still standing, that's when you become unstoppable. You don't need motivation when you've got purpose. You don't need applause when you've got a mission. Every single person who ever achieved greatness went through moments when they wanted to quit. Every one of them. The difference is they didn't listen to that feeling. They used it. They turned pain into power, struggle into strength, doubt into drive. They understood that the only way to be strong is to go through what others avoid. You've got to train your mind to love the hard things. Love the grind. Love the early mornings, the late nights, the failures, the doubts, the setbacks. Because those are the moments that forge you. Those are the moments that shape you into someone that can't be broken. You don't grow when things are easy. You grow when you're tested. You grow when life pushes you to the edge and you refuse to fall. Most people want the result, but not the responsibility. They want the victory, but not the fight. They want the comfort, but not the challenge. But here's the truth. You can't skip the suffering. You can't shortcut the struggle. Every shortcut you take only delays your greatness. You've got to walk through the fire. You've got to embrace the burn. Because every scar you earn tells the story of a person who didn't quit. You are stronger than you think. You are capable of more than you know. But you'll never find that strength if you're always hiding from difficulty. You've got to meet your demons in the dark. You've got to face the voices that tell you you're not enough. You've got to prove them wrong every single day, not with words, with actions. People love to talk about potential, but potential means nothing if you don't use it. The graveyard is full of people with potential. People who had dreams, ideas, and gifts but never acted on them. Don't be one of them. Don't die with your greatness still inside you. Use it now. Use it while you can. Because life is short, and every day you waste waiting for someone to save you is a day you'll never get back. You're going to have bad days. You're going to fail. You're going to feel like quitting. That's part of the process. You've got to stop expecting it to be easy. You've got to stop expecting things to go your way. Life doesn't care about fair. It cares about effort. You can't control everything that happens, but you can always control how you respond. And your response determines everything. There's power in pain if you're willing to look for it. Every setback you've had, every heartbreak, every failure, they weren't meant to destroy you. They were meant to teach you. But you can't learn if you keep running from the lesson. Sit in the pain. Feel it. Learn from it. Then rise from it stronger than before. That's how you build resilience. That's how you earn peace. At the end of the day, nobody's coming to hand you success. Nobody's coming to wipe your tears. Nobody's coming to do your push-ups for you. This is your journey. This is your war. You either fight or you fold. You either rise or you rust. You either take control or you stay stuck. And every day you have that choice. There will be people who doubt you. There will be people who tell you you're wasting your time. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Because while they're talking, you're working. While they're sleeping, you're grinding. While they're making excuses, you're making progress. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Your results will speak for you. One day you'll look back and realize that every moment of struggle, every moment of loneliness, every night you wanted to give up was worth it. Because that's the moment you'll realize you did it on your own. You didn't wait for help. You didn't wait for motivation. You built yourself from the ground up. And nothing in this world can take that from you. The strongest people you'll ever meet aren't the ones who've had it easy. They're the ones who face storms and refuse to break. They're the ones who took their pain and turned it into purpose. You can be that person. You just have to stop waiting and start moving. Get up right now. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for someone to tell you what to do. Take one step, then another. Because once you start, momentum will carry you. You'll start to feel alive again. You'll start to see what's possible. And that's when you realize you were never broken. You were just waiting to be rebuilt. So stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop waiting for life to get easier. Stop waiting for the right moment. There is no right moment. There is only now. And now is all you've got. You are the hero of your story. You are the rescue team. You are the savior you've been waiting for. It's time to take control of your life. It's time to push harder than you ever have before. It's time to stop saying, one day, and start saying, day one. Because nobody's coming. It's on you. Always has been. Always will be. Stay hard.